'cause I'm so cool. I can predict the charts. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days, here again. Sunny days. Join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month.
Good morning, 8:14 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm Xrp Future Millionaire and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, this morning, we have a watch. Just a watch. Watch on Xrp. Oh yeah, watch. Because I would like to go long here with some leverage. But I gotta pull something up real quick. Hold on. So, this is from BuyTrue. So, somebody in my audience had a 3x leverage position, and all of a sudden their money disappeared this morning. There was a data breach, security breach, and their explanation was subpar. And I am very disappointed by all the people on YouTube that continue to promote this pile of horseshit. BuyTrue, whatever you want to call it. I've always had my concerns about it, which is why I've never used it, nor promote it, nor will I ever promote it, or any other crypto exchange do I ever promote. But yeah, this is just something that's going on. There was a data breach, so everybody who's using BuyTrue needs to understand, and they were using leverage, and they said that his orders were made in spot, and yada, 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 which makes no fucking sense, so they're sidestepping them. So, just be very, very careful if you use BuyTrue. Okay, now let's get into the Xrp chart. So why I'm so interested is XRP starting to get into the oversold big time on this stochastic in most of the major time frames. As you can see in the 2 hour and above, it looks like we're creating some kind of reversal pattern here. We're trying to. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but we're trying. So we have to watch because we do have some hidden divergences taking place as well. That took place yesterday, but they don't always have to play out. So I wanted to wait to see how we respond today because we are heading up at a pretty critical resistance line on a stochastic when you come into the higher time frames, but on the lower time frames it's using it as a support. So it's very interesting because normally the high time frames will win out. So we're not, fuck man, it's such a weird spot because if we could get any kind of volume, we are in this kind of consolidation pattern that we do technically need to come back up. Because the one thing that I've noticed with XRP, we're tightening up. Ready? I like these. Clear out. Right back to support. Consolidation. Now, most would expect it to come down. But this is where you could get these pops up to here. And then you could get it to come down farther. Assuming that when we pop into this ascending triangle that we have no support. There is always the chance if we could get back into this ascending triangle, we could start doing this and then start to do damage. And then you can just start to build out. But it's going to take a lot of work to do that. And obviously, the volume is a killer right now. But I have a serious watch on XRP right now. Not saying I'm buying it at this exact moment, but if it fulfills what I need it to do, I am. So basically what I need it to do in the 30-minute is I need to get back on top at 64,980. Or this has a quick dump down to double bottom here. And I would love to buy it at 62.8 if it were to hold that. So something like that real quick to shoot back up, right? But the reason why I don't really want to buy it yet is we're getting stopped right here. The 20 came back down through the 50, which it pulled back out of that divergence that it was trying to start. But the moment it takes off, I think we could have a small move. I don't think it's going to be anything impressive. I just think it might be something like that and then a further dump. But if we get some volume, then that's where we can make it interesting. The problem is we don't have dick for volume. So I want to read this real quick. So why investors are rushing to add XRP to their portfolios. And as you can see, this XRP update, obviously. And I freaking love XRP. So if you don't like XRP, get the fuck out. No, you don't have to get the fuck out, but don't be a dick. When you're in here, don't be a dick. You can be a dick in Hayden's or the Run guys or Miles or whatever. You can't be a dick in here. If you're a dick, you're going to lose out. So what we're looking at, guys. So let's get into this little article. As you know, we're in the ascending triangle that we fell out of. We're in a much larger symmetrical triangle. But right now, we literally are hitting support And it's an extension area that I created because that is a proper extension area because we had a couple hits in that area. So I knew we could have this as a support drop and then a retest. So that's what I'm looking for, guys, is try to hit this leveraged retest. So if it comes down here, if it's right here and I can see it's going to come back up to here, this is what I'm playing. And yeah, I think it's going to get rejected after. But if that's a 12% move coming, 11% move from there, if I'm not saying we're going to catch the bottom, but if I 10x that or 20x that on a 11% move, you're talking 100 to 200%. Easy. And I'm talking about a $350 leverage trade. So nothing major, but if you could turn that into $700-800 profit, because you are equivalently, you know, gambling with the same amount of money. If you're putting a 20x on $300, you got $6 grand there, and it's going to go real quick, or you're going to make money real quick. So right now, the key is we're underneath this 20-day in every major time frame. So until we become aggressive and get above that, this is bearish right now, and this is an engulfing candle to the downside in the 4-hourly. It looks like it wants to come test to see if we have support at 62 cents. We're getting, right now, we're at the rejection point, the 2-hour support on the stochastic, but this is the resistance in the 4-hourly. 2-hourly is not going to win over in most cases. So that's what we're looking at there with XRP, and I wanted to give you an in-depth, up to the minute, up to the date on XRP, and then I wanted to read you this article. Why investors are rushing to add XRP to their portfolios. XRP price coils up in a symmetrical triangle, hinting at an explosive 70% breakout. It is true we're in a symmetrical triangle. It is true a much larger symmetrical triangle, and we can show you now. Because I'd rather use my chart than FX chart, because theirs suck. So that's the symmetrical triangle we're in. I mean, they don't all suck, but it's biased. 70% is just not going to happen. I won't say won't happen, but if we can come down properly and test the symmetrical triangle, 1, 2, 3. This would be the 4th time. And if we were to test it again at 58, I think right here is 56.3 would be the symmetrical support right here. Even though you could say, oh, it isn't supposed to be 52. It is. But I made it slightly ascending. Sue me, it's my chart. I can do what I want because that's actually what's been going on. So now we won't get caught by the fluff. So simply what you do is that's our extension up, just in case that is a slightly ascending. And then for the people that are anal, there you go, see? Hey, we fix it for everybody. So that's exactly how we're looking right here. So a lot of things can happen. But I think we've diagnosed this so long ago that we know what's going on. And then if you break out of the symmetrical support, you come all the way back down here with zero question. Zero. None. Zilch. The only thing that could possibly stop you is right here at, what is this, 30... It meets up in two different spots. 34 cents maybe could stop you. But that's going to be a substantial drop, and I know a lot of people are rooting for it, including I. But until that happens, we need to take advantage of these opportunities to make money. With that being said, for the 8th time today, let's read this. On-chain metrics support a bullish move but only after a well-planned fake-out. A 3-day candlestick closed below the July 18th swing low at 51.5 will invalidate the bullish thesis for Ripple. I love how they reach back for fucking bullish thesis. Ripple's down 75%. Oh, let's look at the Ripple thesis. How about you just say it how it is, and stop dicking people. XRP's in a tremendous downtrend. It's going to take a hell of a lot to move up, and that 70% is likely bullshit. But what can happen is if we do hit 52, or we bounce off of this level where we're at right now to get a small retrace, we're going to have to come down further eventually here. Let's say we got 50% here. We're coming down 65. So don't get too excited. But there's moments of volatility, and if you can do this properly, you can make a lot of money. You can also lose a lot of money if you listen to douchebags on YouTube. Hayden. Right? He's a douchebag. Miles. BitBoy. Anybody who uses BitBoy and says anything into their program about this is why you should do something based on that guy, they're tools too. Because if you're going to base what you're doing on somebody else, you're a moron. And then, you know, there's a whole list of people. But I don't want to go through it. They just all irritate me. Every single morning I wake up and see worse and worse technical analysis. worse and worse and worse and worse, and it makes my head spin. Like, how can I be a professional in a field like this around a bunch of morons? XRP price, and that's right, everybody. If you're using my information, my charts, do it ethically and act like you know what the fuck you're talking about. It's embarrassing watching somebody use my chart and still get it wrong. XRP price at inflection point. XRP price consolidation over the past year, extending from April 2021 to April 2022, produced a symmetrical triangle. This setup consists of a series of lower highs and higher lows. I wonder where they got this. I've been talking about this year-long symmetrical triangle since it was only an 8-month symmetrical triangle, but nobody seemed to pick up on it until now. Interesting. Higher lows which are connected using trend lines. Unlike other patterns, this one does not have a directional bias and forecasts a 70% price swing upon breakout. The target is obtained by adding the distance between the first swing high and swing low to the breakout point. At the time of writing, XRP is hovering around the lower trend line of the triangle. The last 2 times the remittance token tagged this barrier, a massive upswing emerged. So if history repeats itself, Ripple stands to trigger another run-up. Unfortunately, under this scenario, it would need to come down and touch symmetrical support. And we have not touched the symmetrical support, so don't be half blunt ass here. So if you're watching me right now and listening to me read this, our symmetrical support we technically have to touch to make this thesis valid. Because how can you say that that's valid if we haven't come back down here yet? After all, the symmetrical support is technically either you're going to say right here at 56 or right here at 52. So this is a slightly ascending support, which we could say that's what was happening, but I still like to keep this down here in case we are in fact just keeping it. It would be a 3-point on this symmetrical support. There's a slightly ascending symmetrical support, and I can still consider it whatever I want. But this is how you become accurate to a T, and that's how I got this line right here before it was ever there. Because those are extension spots, which means we could have a stop here, a retest up to 62, and then a drop down to 52. So if we don't hold this area, likely we would come down to 56, come back up to 63, then come back through to 51, 52. That's how it would happen. Let's see. Assuming XRP price produces a daily candlestick close above the upper trend line at 92.6, it will signal a liquidity run above the equal highs and also trigger a new uptrend to the forecasted target at $1.57. That's a lot of ifs to get up to 92. Right now we're at 64.8. We still need to get past 68 resistance, 72 resistance, 75 resistance, 78 resistance, 804 resistance, 85 resistance, 91 resistance to get to here. That's a lot of shit to happen before that. But when people read this, 92 cents, then we can go to, they buy it right away. Because they're like, oh, it's going to go to 92 cents. That's the first stop, which may or may not be true. Supporting this bounce from the symmetrical triangle's lower trend line is the relative strength index, RSI. This index tracks momentum and oscillates between 0 and 100. Generally accepted ranges include an oversold level below 30 and overbought conditions above 80. As seen in the chart below, XRP price has a history of bouncing off the yellow range, extending from 30 to 36. The last 2 retests of the symmetrical triangle's lower trend lines coincided with the RSI hitting the range and bouncing back. XRP price slips below the symmetrical triangle and triggers a fake out and bounce as RSI hits the local bottom, trapping sellers. A consolidation along the lower trend line that pushes RSI to retest the yellow box, creating a bullish divergence. The development will likely result in a price move to the upside. Regardless of what scenario takes place, investors can stand to gain a minimum of 70% if they accumulate after the breakout, or roughly 140% from current price of 0.648. Adding credence to the XRP's bullish outlook and the 365-day market value to realize value MVRV model, the index is used to measure the average profit loss of investors and purchase XRP tokens over the past year. Based on multiple pack tests, sentiment states that a value between 10% to minus 15% is where long-term accumulates, since short-term holders are at a loss. As a result, the range is termed an opportunity zone. For XRP, the 365-day MVRV is hovering around minus 27%. The data for the last 2 years shows that a local bottom formed at around minus 30%, indicating that a trend reversal could be around the corner, which also backs up the bullish technical forecast. While things are looking massively bullish for XRP, which I disagree with that, there could be a scenario where a fake out could cause retail holders to capitulate, leading to a deeper correction. In such a case, a 3-day candlestick close below the July 18th swing low at 51.5 will invalidate the bullish thesis for XRP price. In such a case, Ripple could continue sliding lower until it tags 444 stable support level. Make sure to hit that like button, turn that bell notification to all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new or returning. We're getting close to 10,000 subscribers. Also, join Tom's Army, $9.99 a month. Get the most exclusive and elusive subscription-based service on YouTube. Oh, yes. In month 1, you get me abducted by aliens. In month 2, you get Duffy's Outhouse Crypto News emoji. In month 3, you get the XRP Flaming Meteor coming to Earth. In month 4, you get the XRP Predictor and so on. You also get my classes for free Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Oh, yes. Today's Thursday. And you also get this Telegram with 258 people for free. Stay blessed, everybody.